Hi, I want to do a quick review on the Little Mermaid times Ulta eye set. So it looks like this, really pretty. Let me see if I get true to tone color. So looks like that about, I think that Ariel, Hallie's Ariel is a little bit darker. I don't think that's showing up as much. But as you can see, it's really pretty. I love that this set, especially if you're like a collector, the way it comes out of the box is that there's still the plastic film right here. So you don't have to worry about like um, this ever breaking basically. And like this being like an empty space where you had to grab the product, you can always have that unveil of the product. And this looks really pretty. Even now that I'm thinking about it, you could do like some artwork on the back of this, like if you wanted to gift the makeup to someone and like do artwork. But to the actual products. So this is what we have. We have like 3 eyeshadow products in these eye decals. This product, this box is $16 in total. And I do think it's worth it, even though there are some flaws. So let's get into that. So the eye decals are these beautiful pearls. You get all these different shapes and sizes. I think that these are really nice. I've worn them. They are comfortable. Sometimes with faux pearl things, the like sort of shiny coating can rub off of them. I haven't experienced that yet. I've only worn these once, but even with taking them off with micellar water, I didn't notice any like peeling of potential paint that could be on these. So really comfortable, the eye decals, and you get 50 of them, which is pretty cool in different sizes. Sorry, that light. So there we go. And now these beautiful eye products. I want to show you what the actual package looks like because they kind of remind me of a ship in the sense that they're not like straight up and down. They're kind of like a cylinder. And if you can see like the side. So they all have this beautiful aqua metallic blue top. And then the shades are Shipwreck, which is like this gorgeous blue, like purple glitter is suspended in there. And then you have the shade Dingle Hopper, which is basically pink shimmer. Like I think in here they probably describe it as like an iridescent type of shade, but it is really just pink. Yeah, they describe it as iridescent, but it's just a pink shimmer. And then we have Snarf Blatt, which is like a beautiful champagne color. Let me see what they say. They say it's a copper metallic. It's definitely not copper in my eyes, my skin tone. This is definitely more of a champagne shade. So it looks like that. Now, the flaws, right? So the thing is that with these two metallic kind of toppers, is that somehow, wow, the sun is really picking up on these. My apologies. Um, so the thing is with these is that they are suspended, like the glitter is suspended in like a gel base that has like a little bit of an oily texture to it. I have oily eyelids. If you know anything about eye makeup and oily textures, that can break down powders, whatever you have on underneath. And if you have oily eyelids like me, just try to go in with just this. The oils from your lid is going to break down the product that also is oily. So I'll swatch these as I talk about them. So this is that one in Shipwreck, which is like the green shimmer. And you can see it is pretty, has like a sheerness to the base, right? But the glitter is really pretty. So what I found with these is, like I said, that's the con, is that they have a little bit of oiliness to them. And I decided, I was like, I don't even know how I want these. Like I might just give them away, but due to me having oily eyelids, this is the pink one in the shade Dingle Hopper. But what I found and what I thought of was using my favorite product from Danessa Myricks, the Color Fix. I'm like trying to give every angle so you can see that pink. There we go. So I use the Danessa Myricks Color Fix, which is a really like budge proof product, like really a liquid cream type of medium that dries down and sets down. So I use that for a look that I'll post in another kind of video here on TikTok. And I use it on top of that. And even with that super budge proof liquid set down formula, it was lifting the product as I was applying it. And I was tapping this on. So I didn't go directly with the brush that is included. I used like a separate brush and I was tapping it on top of that Color Fix base, and it was lifting the product up. Luckily, I just was rolling with it and ended up still creating a really pretty look. And it was just fun. But with that said, if you are, interested in having glitters that are super long, wear really great quality liquid glitter shadows, this, you're going to be disappointed. But if you go in knowing that these have that oily like base to them, where they're going to pick up and pull off product that may be underneath your eye look, then you can have fun with them in that way, and with those limitations. And then we have this product, which I saved separately because I actually think this is really, really good, to the point where I would probably pay like $10 for this separately if I was really a liquid eyeshadow girl. So Snarf Bay is like this beautiful champagne color. I remember when I swatched this, I was so upset. I was like, ew, I'm not a big champagne person, whatever. But there she is. And you can see how light this is on my skin tone, right? But this has a really beautiful sheer but buildable formula that sets really nicely. Oh, and by the way, these do set. The glitter shadows do set after some time, but yeah, they set. And this sets really well too. So this is really a nice sheer champagne creamy shadow. It is buildable, and I really adore this product. Even in this particular shade, I don't know if I would love it in a different shade, but for me, I can tap this all over my lid and get a really pretty soft shimmer on the eye. And then I also use this in like a halo eye look, where I took this concentrated on a brush and just popped it in the center of my eyelid and on my inner corners. And it was beautiful, really gorgeous. So I do find that sometimes those sheer products, can have their place in your makeup collection, even if you love pigment, even if you are richly dark skinned. Like me, I found that this was just such a pleasure to work with. I'm really excited to use this for more halo eyes where I have like a neutral base, or even I'm looking forward to wearing this with like very sheer down, a little bit of bronzer in the crease, and a wing liner. And if I have time, let me see if I can show you what this looks like. My lid, because I'm like, I don't have nothing on my lids. I can show you. So we have that. And I don't even have like a real mirror that I'm looking in, but I know how sheer this is, to the point where I know that it's still going to look good. So look at that, right? Look how pretty and sheer that is. Definitely living out my QVC dreams right now. So you can see how even now, I don't have on any foundation, right? But that really pretty sheer glow to the lids. I really love this product, and I love the eye decals, and I have fun with the glitter. So for $16, I do think it's worth it. I absolutely stake and love this box. Once again, it has that nice clear, I don't know what to call this, but clear kind of surface here on the outside of the package. So that way, I didn't have to worry as a person who rips through packages about ever messing up this part. So $16, I do think it's worth it. Have you bought it? Are you interested in getting it? I hope this review was helpful. All right, bye.